Hey everyone, ready to unlock some serious blog traffic secrets.
Oh, absolutely.
Today we're diving deep into 10 proven tactics to get those clicks climbing,
Yeah.
and we've got a podcast script chock full of strategies.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's actually written for podcasters,
Interesting.
but the cool thing is
Yeah.
the insights apply to any kind of blog, really.
That makes sense, yeah.
So even if you're not into podcasting, stick around,
Right.
because there's gold in here for everyone.
I think people are really going to get a lot out of this.
Yeah, I think so too. So maybe before we get into the nitty-gritty,
Sure.
can you give us just a quick overview of why this even matters?
Like, why is blog traffic so important in the grand scheme of things?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, think of it this way. No matter how amazing your blog is,
Yeah,
if nobody's seeing it,
right.
it's like a tree falling in the forest.
Oh, I like that.
Does it make a sound?
Yeah.
Your blog might be brilliant, but traffic turns potential into reality.
I love that.
It's how you grow your audience, build a community, all of that.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the first strategy from this script, which is organic search.
Okay.
And SEO is the name of the game here.
Right.
But it doesn't feel like the same old SEO lecture,
Yeah. Yeah.
What's different about this approach?
I think what really stood out to me is the focus on understanding your reader. Like, what are they actually typing into Google?
Oh, yeah.
It's not about gaming the system. It's
Well-
about connecting with your audience on their terms.
So almost like speaking Google's language.
Exactly. The script talks about using the right keywords,
Hmm.
almost like they're a map leading straight to your ideal reader.
Oh, that's a great analogy. I like that.
And then it suggests tools like Ahrefs, SEMrush
Right.
to help you find those keywords.
Yeah, those are great tools.
Yeah, they can be really helpful.
Especially if you're just starting out
Oh, for sure.
and not even sure where to begin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool. So we've got SEO as our foundation.
Mm-hmm.
But then the script shifts gears to social media,
Okay.
which I think a lot of people are already doing.
Yeah,
But this is about more than just posting randomly.
Right.
It's about strategy.
absolutely.
So what kind of strategic insights did you pick up from the script?
One thing that jumped out at me was the emphasis on choosing the right platforms.
Ah,
Because,
Yeah.
not all social media is created equal.
right.
And it really highlights how powerful visuals can be,
Mm.
especially on platforms like Instagram and Pinterest.
Oh, for sure.
A striking image can really grab attention.
It's true. It's like that first impression.
Exactly. And that can be the difference between someone clicking through to your blog or just scrolling on by.
Yeah. It's all about that scroll stopping power, isn't it?
Absolutely.
I also love that the script directly asks the reader, what's your favorite platform to promote on? I
Yes.
thought that was really clever.
It is. It makes you think.
Yeah, because it makes you stop and think, like, where do I actually spend my time?
Exactly. And where does your audience hang out?
Right.
Because those two things might not always be the same.
That's a good point. Yeah. Okay, let's move on to another source of traffic this script talks about,
Sure.
which is email marketing.
Mm.
And I know for some people that might sound a little old school,
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
but this script presents it in a way that feels, I don't know, less salesy.
Right. It's not about spamming people.
Exactly. Yeah. So what's the key takeaway here?
Well, the script uses this term VIP club, which I think is really clever.
Oh, I like that.
It's about building a community of your most loyal fans,
Hmm.
people who genuinely want to hear from you.
Right. And it emphasizes offering consistent value. Right.
Exactly, not just blasting out promotional emails all the time.
Yeah. It also mentions using a freebie as an incentive to sign up,
Ah, yes.
like a little bonus for joining the club.
Exactly, like a downloadable checklist or an ebook.
Right. Something relevant to your niche.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be super complicated.
Yeah.
Just something valuable that shows you appreciate your readers.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, this next traffic source feels a little bit like a hidden gem.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The script calls it referral traffic.
I like that.
So what is that exactly?
Well, it's basically when other websites vouch for you.
Okay.
Think of it like a friend recommending your blog to their friends.
I see.
It's word of mouth marketing, but online.
Oh, I get it.
It gives you credibility and helps you reach a wider audience.
So how do you actually get those referrals?
The script specifically suggests guest posting
Right.
and collaborating with other bloggers.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation.
Because you get exposed to a new audience.
Exactly.
And they get to benefit from your expertise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've got SEO, social media, email, referrals.
Right.
Now, I want to talk about the kind of traffic that I think every blogger dreams of.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
It's when people know your blog so well.
Yeah.
They just type it directly into their browser.
Oh, yeah. Direct traffic?
Yes.
The holy grail.
It's like the ultimate sign of blog success, right?
Absolutely.
But how do you actually get to that point?
Well, the script emphasizes the importance of strong branding.
Okay, but branding can feel kind of vague, you know? So what does that actually look like in practice?
Well, for starters, think about your visual identity.
Okay.
Do you have a memorable logo?
Yeah.
A consistent color palette?
Right.
All those things contribute to a cohesive brand image.
So it's about making sure everything looks and feels unified.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And don't forget about your writing voice.
Oh, yeah, that's important.
It needs to be distinct, authentic,
Mm-hmm.
something that people can instantly recognize as yours.
I like that. It's like having a signature style.
Exactly.
Cool. So we've talked about building a solid foundation for long-term traffic growth.
Right.
But what about when you need a quicker boost? Like, let's say you're launching a new product or running a special promotion. What does this script recommend for those situations?
Well, that's where paid advertising comes into play.
Oh,
You know, things like Google ads, Facebook ads.
right.
But the script emphasizes that it's not just about throwing money at ads.
It's got to be strategic.
Exactly. You need to know your target audience,
Mm-hmm.
set a clear budget,
Yeah.
and have well-defined goals for your campaigns.
So it's not a magic solution. It's more like a tool in your arsenal.
Exactly. And like we talked about earlier, the better you understand your audience,
Yeah.
the more effective your ads will be.
Because you can target them precisely.
Right, exactly.
Okay, I'm really digging all these strategies so far.
Me too. It's a lot to think about.
It is. Now, the script also talks about online communities and forums.
Oh, yeah. Those can be tricky.
They can be tricky, yeah. It's like, how do you participate without being spammy?
Right. You don't want to just barge in and start promoting your blog.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Right.
So what's the right way to approach these communities?
Well, the script emphasizes being genuinely helpful.
Okay.
It's about contributing value to the conversation.
Right, not just taking from it.
Exactly. You want to build trust and establish yourself as an expert.
So it's all about becoming a valued member of the community.
Exactly. And that's what will ultimately drive traffic back to your blog.
I like that. Okay, ready for the next traffic source.
Hit me with it.
This one might feel a little intimidating for some bloggers.
Okay.
It's YouTube and video content.
Ah!
I'll admit, I'm a bit camera shy myself.
I get it.
But the script doesn't present it as something you have to master overnight.
Right.
It's more about thinking of YouTube as an extension of your blog.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like a second home for your content.
I love
A
that.
way to reach a wider audience.
So we don't have to become professional YouTubers.
No, not at all.
We can just create videos that complement our blog posts.
Exactly, like a quick summary or behind-the-scenes look.
And of course, include links back to our blog in the video description. Okay, speaking of repurposing content, this script mentions two platforms I've been hearing a lot about lately.
Oh, which ones?
Medium and Substack.
Ah, yes, those are interesting platforms.
They are. And the script suggests using them to kind of repackage our existing content.
Right.
So it's not about creating something entirely new.
No, it's about giving your existing content a new lease on life.
I like that.
Reaching a wider audience.
So it's like taking those older blog posts that might be buried in the archives and giving them a fresh chance to shine.
Exactly. And you might need to tweak them a bit
Right.
to fit the style of each platform.
Yeah.
But the core value remains the same.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, we've covered 9 traffic sources so far.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is. And I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Oh, what's that?
It's not just about mastering one tactic. It's about understanding how all of these strategies work together.
You're getting it. It's about creating a synergistic ecosystem
Ooh, I like that.
where each piece amplifies the others.
Okay, so what's the final traffic source in this script's arsenal?
Well, it's something you've probably encountered yourself, even if you haven't used it on your own blog.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
It's web push notifications.
Ah, those little pop-up boxes that tell you when there's a new blog post. I have to admit, I'm a bit on the fence about those.
Yeah, me too.
Sometimes they're helpful, but sometimes they feel a little intrusive.
I agree. It's a delicate balance.
Right. So how does this script suggest using them effectively?
Well, it emphasizes using them judiciously.
Okay.
It's about gently reminding people about your content, not bombarding them with constant notifications.
Right. You don't want to be annoying.
Exactly. The key is to provide value, not just add to the noise.
Okay, that makes sense. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have. It's a lot to digest.
It is, and I'm already feeling inspired to rethink my approach to blog traffic.
That's great. That's what we want.
But I have to ask,
sure,
with so many options, where do you even begin?
That's a great question, and one that we'll be tackling head-on in part 2 of this deep dive.
Okay, cool. Can't wait for that.
It's going to be good.
All right. So until then, happy blogging, everyone.
See you in part 2. Welcome back, everyone.
All right, so we've got this toolbox full of traffic driving strategies.
We do.
But now we need to figure out, like, which tools are right for the job.
Right. Yeah.
It's like you wouldn't use a hammer to screw in a screw.
Exactly.
So how do we match the right strategies to our blog and our goals?
Well, it all starts with, really understanding your blog's unique identity. Like, what's your niche? Who are you writing for?
Okay.
So, for example, if you've got a food blog that's packed with, like, mouth-watering photos, then visual platforms, like Instagram or Pinterest, those might be your best friends.
Oh, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
But what if your blog is more about, like, in-depth articles, like thought leadership type stuff? Less about pretty pictures and more about words.
Yeah, in that case, focusing on SEO might be a better approach.
Okay.
Really climb those Google search rankings.
Oh, yeah.
And remember those online communities we talked about earlier? If you find the right ones, those can be gold mines for connecting with readers who are already, like, hungry for that kind of content.
So it's about going where those passionate readers already are.
Exactly. Find them and become a part of the conversation.
Okay, I like that. Now, let's say you're a blogger who, loves writing those really deep, insightful pieces that people really want to, like, savor. Email marketing could be a fantastic way to nurture that relationship, right?
Absolutely. It's like creating a direct line to those readers.
Yeah, and to make that email list even more enticing, we could offer that freebie we talked about.
Yes.
Like a, bonus piece of content that's exclusive to subscribers.
Exactly. It's like, a little thank you for joining the club.
A little VIP treatment.
Right. Exactly.
I like it. Now, if you're the kind of blogger who loves connecting with other creators.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
Guest posting and collaborations can be so effective.
Oh, for sure. It's like teamwork makes the dream work, but in blog form.
Yes, I love it.
You get exposure to a new audience, and they get to, enjoy your unique perspective.
It's a win-win.
Exactly. And it helps you, establish yourself as a thought leader in your niche.
Okay, I'm on board with that.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about paid advertising for a second.
Okay.
I know for some bloggers it can feel, a little intimidating.
It can.
But the script mentions it as a way to get, like, a quick boost in traffic. Maybe for, a product launch or a special promotion. So how do you decide if it's the right move for you?
It comes down to a few factors. Do you have a specific budget you can allocate? Are you comfortable with the technical side of things?
Setting up those campaigns.
Right. And most importantly, do you have a clear understanding of your target audience?
Because, like we talked about before, targeted ads are going to be way more effective.
Oh, absolutely. You don't want to just be shouting into the void.
Right.
It's about making sure your message is seen by the people who are most likely to care.
Okay, that makes total sense. Now, for those bloggers who are feeling, I don't know, adventurous.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit camera shy.
Okay.
There's YouTube.
Ah, yes, the land of video.
I'll admit, I'm one of those bloggers who loves writing. But the thought of creating videos can feel a little overwhelming.
Yeah, I totally understand.
But remember, the script doesn't say you have to become, like, a full-fledged YouTuber overnight.
No, not at all.
You can start small.
Exactly.
Maybe create a short video intro or record a quick tutorial.
Yeah, something simple to start.
So it's not about conquering this whole new beast.
Right,
it's just another way to connect with your audience.
Exactly. It's all about options.
And speaking of options, don't forget about those platforms we mentioned before.
Oh, you mean Medium and Substack?
Yes.
Right.
These are great if you already have, like, a solid collection of blog posts that you want to give a second life to.
It's a way to reach a whole new audience without starting from scratch.
Yeah, exactly.
You might need to tweak your content a bit to fit the style of each platform, but the core message stays the same.
Okay, I like that. It's efficient.
It is.
All right, and finally, we have web push notifications.
Ah, yes, those little reminders.
They can be really helpful for, re-engaging readers or announcing something exciting.
Right.
But we want to be careful not to overuse them, right?
Absolutely. You don't want to annoy your reader.
Yeah. Nobody likes to be bombarded with notifications.
Exactly. It's about finding that sweet spot.
Between staying top of mind
yes.
and respecting their time.
You got it.
So we've talked about choosing the right traffic strategies based on, your blog's niche and your target audience.
Right.
But even if we get all of that right, how do we make sure that our content actually resonates with people?
That is the million-dollar question.
Once they land on our blog.
Exactly. It's not just about getting them there. It's about keeping them engaged.
Right, because what's the point of all this traffic if they just bounce right back?
Exactly. And that brings us to the heart of what truly makes a blog successful.
Ooh, I like where this is going.
It's not just about the traffic. It's about the content itself.
All right. So welcome back, everyone. We've explored a ton of traffic driving tactics.
We have.
And how to pick the ones that are right for our blogs.
Right.
But now let's talk about the heart of it all, the content itself.
Oh, yeah. This is the good stuff.
You can have all the traffic in the world, right?
Yeah.
But if your content is boring, those visitors are going to bounce right back to where they came from.
Exactly. It's like building this beautiful storefront, but then having nothing on the shelves inside.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
Yeah.
So how do we make sure our content is the kind that keeps readers, hooked?
Well, I think it all starts with really understanding your audience. Like, what are their struggles?
Okay.
What are they passionate about?
Yeah.
What keeps them up at night?
It's almost like you have to become a mind reader.
You do. You have to get inside their heads.
Right.
And figure out what they're searching for.
Yeah. And this goes beyond just, like, keywords and topics.
Oh, absolutely.
It's about, like, the way you write, the stories you tell.
Yeah, your voice.
Your voice. Yeah.
The tone, the script we've been talking about. It doesn't explicitly mention writing style. But I think it's implied in, the emphasis on engagement.
Yeah. So, like, ditch the jargon.
Yes.
Sprinkle in some humor. Maybe share a personal anecdote here and there.
Exactly. People connect with authenticity. They want to feel like they're getting to know the real you.
It's about being relatable.
Right. Absolutely.
Like, think about the blogs and articles that you enjoy reading.
Yeah.
They probably have a voice that feels real and genuine.
Exactly. They draw you in.
Yeah. And let's not forget about visuals, too.
Oh, visuals are so important.
Even if you're not running, like, a design blog or a photography blog,
right.
Just incorporating some high-quality images or even creating custom graphics.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
It can make your content so much more engaging.
Absolutely. It breaks up the text, adds visual interest.
It's like giving your readers a little break.
Yeah, and it helps to illustrate your points.
Okay, we've talked a lot about attracting new readers. But what about the folks who are already visiting our blog?
Yeah, the ones who already know and love us.
Right. How do we turn those casual visitors into, like, diehard fans?
Well, I think consistency is key.
Okay.
Whether you're posting daily, weekly, monthly, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
But establishing that regular rhythm,
right.
It creates a sense of anticipation for your readers.
It's like they know when to expect new content.
Exactly. They start to look forward to it.
It's like creating a little ritual.
It is. Like, every Tuesday morning, I get my dose of inspiration from this blog.
Yeah. And don't underestimate the power of interaction either.
Oh, that's huge.
Responding to comments. Asking questions.
Yeah.
Creating those opportunities for dialogue.
It transforms your blog from, like, a one-way street into a bustling community hub.
It's like throwing a virtual dinner party, right?
It is, where everyone's welcome to share their thoughts and ideas.
Yeah, that's what makes blogging so special.
It does. It's not just about broadcasting your own ideas. It's about connecting with people.
Right.
Building relationships.
Yeah.
Creating a space for meaningful conversations.
I love that. So we've covered the 10 traffic sources.
We have.
How to choose the right ones. And the importance of creating, like, truly compelling content. As we wrap up, is there anything else we should keep in mind on this, like, blogging journey?
I think the key takeaway here is that all of these strategies, they're interconnected. They all work together.
Okay.
To create this powerful ecosystem that can really, like, propel your blog to success.
So it's not about finding the one magic bullet.
No, not at all.
It's about understanding how all these pieces fit together.
Exactly. It's about the big picture.
Right. And mastering even a few of these tactics can make a huge difference.
Absolutely.
So I guess the most important thing is to approach it with a sense of, like, curiosity.
Yeah. And a willingness to experiment.
Right. See what works for you.
Exactly. What works for your audience.
Your unique voice.
Yeah. Find your own path.
On that note of optimistic possibility, we're going to wrap up this deep dive. But we hope you're feeling inspired.
Yeah.
Ready to take your blog to the next level.
The world is waiting to hear what you have to say.
All right, so until next time, happy blogging, everyone.
See ya.